What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So in the last couple of videos, I've been popping this picture up. You've been seeing this picture a lot lately, and I tell you that I do not like stacking this way in the section of that pallet on all four sides. And then I showed you this picture that I did, and I put that case in that direction, although it's not that big of a case. And that's more of a reason why I did it. And I knew I had smaller cases coming up to fill in that gap. Today, we're going to be looking at some pictures that I took in the warehouse very discreetly. Once again, I am not trying to embarrass anybody, so I will never put a person in with the picture. I'm just snapping pictures as they go by because they're proving my point with this. You do not want to stack cases going this way, and we're going to look at that today. But before we get to that, as always, I'm going to ask you if you would subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Leave comments and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to join Discord, that link is going to be in the description below. All right, so here's the first picture I want to look at before I get to the bags in the middle that I disagree with. The first two layers are awesome. This person did a very good job of building the base of this pallet. So they started off with a nice solid base and then it went wrong from there. I always tell you that I truly believe that you need strong corners and a weak inside. While when you stack cases like this, you have a strong inside and a weak corner. You cannot see it through the shrink wrap right here, but there is just cases, little cases all over the place. So I would have done it this way. Although this person has fewer cases, they put their bags stacked straight up on the front of the jack against the mast, facing towards the middle of the pallet. So I believe that's what the other person should have did. They should have started stacking those tidy cats and stuff up towards the front of the jack and facing it towards the middle. So, you know, one example of a strong middle and a weak corner. You want to do it the opposite way around. Here is another one. As you can see, they put their paper towels in the middle, that direction once again. And look what happens. You get that weak corner. Strong middle, weak corner. That's why I do not like stacking in that part of the section of the pallet that I keep showing that picture on. You know, big X on this. So now I have pictures to show you why it is bad to stack in that direction with bigger cases. Now, when I did it, I had a smaller case and I had smaller cases to fill in the gaps. But when you do it this way, you weak corner and strong middle, you do not want that. All right, so here's the next two pictures I want to look at. I want to look at them together because they are the same order. When you're stacking on top of bags, it's not easy. So in this order here, if you have very little bags, why we're separating them all over the pallet on two pallets, I have no idea. Once again, referring back to that other picture, I would have stacked them up the front of my pallet facing towards the middle. You know, spreading your bags all over the place when you have very little is not a good idea. Just like I told you, I didn't like spreading my ramen noodles all over the place. I like keeping cases together, not light. Some people comment, they think I'm saying light. L-I-K-E, like cases. Keep them together when possible. So that is these two orders. No reason to spread these bags over two orders. So let's get to the next picture. All right, so the next picture I want to talk about is this one right here. There is a time to column stack and there's a time not to column stack. When you could tie cases in, it's a good thing to tie cases in. Now, I don't know how big this order was. I don't know what it finished out as. If it was two full pallets, I don't know. But the first thing I want to say is that I could easily tie this pallet in, especially when you have all those Pringles like cases. You could tie them in very easily. Another thing I want to say is with this is there is zero reason to put Pringles on their side. It is such a weak case. Okay, the strong part of this box is all facing towards no man's land. You want the strong part of that box facing up, and that they have every single one of these Pringles on their side for some reason. I don't know why, but have you ever bought a damaged can of Pringles? No, neither have I. If there's a big dent in the side of a can of Pringles, you're not buying it. I don't know why these cases are all on their side, but you need to stack them straight up. Pringles need to be stacked straight up. Right here, a dairy pallet. All right, a little bit different here. We're going to go to a dairy pallet. This was off of Discord. Another example of not when to column stack. You do not want to column stack these juices and coffee mates and everything to that nature. Guys, it is Once again, it is not hard to tie these type of cases in. When you have all the same case, like cases, when you have all the same like cases, it is very easy to tie in. You're going to get a quick example right here. This is dairy. You do not want to column stack, because when you even you wrapping it is not going to do anything, as you can see right here. This is when you column stack. All right, this is a produce pallet that was given to us off of Discord. That is when you column stack. All right, this is when it's very beneficial to column stack. Produce is one of the places where you can column stack quite a bit. And I want to finish off with the nicely built pallet. All right, look at the bags on the bottom and look at the nice 2 cases there, and they put the Kleenex over there. You got the smaller thing of Trix. They built this very nicely, tying it in very nicely. This is somebody that started right with me, and they did a great job on this pallet. And I just want to throw a nice pallet in there just to give you guys an example of building with bags and then putting cardboard on top. And the last picture I want to show you is this one right here. This was also sent off of Discord. I'm just curious. I have an idea of how this fell. I want to hear your idea. How do you think this pallet fell? Leave a comment in the comment section below and you tell me how you think this pallet fell. Why this pallet fell. So that's it for today, guys. I highly recommend not stacking cases in that part of the pallet that I talk about all the time, because it gives you a weak corner and a strong middle. We want strong corners and a weak middle. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.